Hello guys, JSGC here, and yes, we are still away, and yes, we are still in a shirt, so I do apologise for that, and we're on a later upload at this moment in time. Hoping to upload a little bit sooner tomorrow, and then hopefully be back on normality by the weekend. So, we're going to be talking Manchester City transfer updates once again. Lots of things have been happening, ins, outs, and contract news. And remember, like always, make sure you do subscribe if you are interested. Press the red button and press the bell and put your push notifications on. You can also go and check out my social media links in description below and popping up on screen. And also don't forget, you can leave your thoughts in the comments below and also leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy this video. So we're going to crack on with the ins of Manchester City, and quite a few rumours have been floating around. I found it interesting. But first things first, a player that won't be joining Manchester City, remember me reporting last week, was a player called Murilo of Cruzeiro over in Brazil. Well, he's gone and joined Lokomotiv Moscow instead in Russia on a 5-year deal. So that transfer won't be happening. It happens like that sometimes. But a player that Manchester City have signed is Samuel Edozie from Millwall. Do you remember me talking about him? A £750,000 deal which could rise to as high as £3 million. Chelsea tried their best to try and persuade him to join them. They even sent him on a tour of their training facilities and training ground and stadium and that. It didn't work. Manchester City have signed him instead. 16 years old, he's going to go into the Manchester City Football Academy, the CFA, which is the City Football Academy. Instead, we're going to move now on to what people are talking about. So we've not had real progress in the last 24 hours with regards to Rodri, but Atletico Madrid have made a signing. Marcus Llorente, a player Manchester City had identified as a defensive midfield alternative to Rodri, he has signed for Atletico Madrid, so Rodri will definitely now be leaving Atletico Madrid. His decision definitely has been made. Bayern are battling hard to try and sign him. However, Sky Italia, they've been saying that Manchester City will win this race because Rodri wants to work with Pep Guardiola. Don't all players really? So hopefully this will get sorted soon. I'm not too concerned by Bayern Munich's interest. I know some other sources have been making a big deal out of it. As far as I'm concerned, I think Rodri wants Manchester City, and it will happen. You just need to be patient when that will be. It could be tonight. It could be later on. As far as I'm aware, Rodri isn't in England right now. However, a player that I think is Angelino. We're going to talk about him. Not much progress has been made on Angelino either, but according to The Sun, the deal is making progress. So that's another transfer that could be announced at any time. With him being in England, things can gather pace very quickly. He might already have done his medical. Personal terms might be agreed. He might already have been presented by Manchester City, and they're just waiting for the right time to announce it. I'm not too sure. Things are gathering pace, and things are gathering pace very quickly. It's hard to keep up, but I am trying my best. Now, Cancelo, Ciao, of course, another player that City's been heavily linked with. Sky Italia have been saying that Manchester City will be having meetings next week with Juventus to try and thrash out a deal to try and sign Cancelo. City will offer Danilo in the process of that. I'm not sure Juventus want Danilo though, and so I'm not too sure he'll head to Juventus. They'll want straight up cash, and of course Manchester City are wanting to negotiate that €60 million fee that Juventus want for Joao Cancelo. Of course, Juventus last week apparently reported that they were finally willing to haggle down their price from €60 million, so there might be a bit of leeway here or there. So it'll be a deal, I reckon, somewhere between around 45 to 50 million pounds should Manchester City sign Cancelo, who of course is the Portuguese right back. Now, another player that's been linked with Manchester City, I found this odd and I spoke about this before. A goalkeeper in Spain playing for Eibar called Asier Riesgo. I hope that's how you say his name. I don't know how you say his name, but it's been reported that the 35-year-old goalkeeper from Eibar has been identified as a potential third-choice goalkeeper for City, and this has come from Manchester City's goalkeeping coach and also Mikel Arteta, who want the goalkeeper to come into Manchester City to offer some more experience. What I don't get is why. I don't get it. If he was an English player like we had with Richard Wright, wanting a player with experience in and around the goalkeepers, if we get any injuries or anything, then I would say, fair enough. Okay, I can understand that. Plus, you'll be able to register them for Champions League because they're homegrown. Signing a foreign goalkeeper, though, I'm not too sure would work well. And I'm a big fan of having backup goalkeepers and third choice goalkeepers being on a conveyor belt just getting promoted from the academy, because it's an easy way of just promoting players from the academy to be involved in first team football. And because if we sign this goalkeeper, a player like Daniel Grimshaw now misses out on an opportunity of training for the whole season with a Manchester City first team squad. And rather than the goalkeepers learning from this other goalkeeper's experience, we're missing out on a homegrown academy player missing out on an experience by training in and around Ederson and Claudio Bravo. And so, I don't know, I'd love to know your thoughts of that in the comments below. I feel quite strongly about it. Maybe I'm just making something out of nothing. I don't know. Please do let me know in the comments below though. So that's all we've got for the ins at this moment in time. We're going to move on to the outs now, and it's quite strange news this. Fabian Delph's been linked with a move to Turkey to go and join Galatasaray. Now, I found that strange because I can't imagine Fabian Delph playing football anywhere else other than in England. And so I was trying to picture him playing for Galatasaray. It's odd. Just picture it. That's what I was getting in my head. It's really strange, but it'd be very interesting, wouldn't it? If he did leave Manchester City and went to Turkey, would he be in the starting 11? Would he be able to be a key player for them? How would he get on? It might boost his England chances too. If not, you imagine him coming back to England. I really don't know. They're a big club, remember. Galatasaray are in Turkey. That'd be a real interesting story, in my opinion. So, yeah, we'll have to keep eyes on developments there. That's come, by the way, from sources in Turkey. I'm not too sure how reliable they are. I've dealt with Turkish sources before. They're a bit hit and miss, let's say, but we'll keep an eye on that one. Now we'll move on to the contract news. We've got some big contract news, of course. Yesterday, Kyle Walker signed a new contract with Manchester City, keeping him here until 2024. And speaking of 2024 and contract, we have now officially had an announcement of Oleksandr Zinchenko's 3-year contract extension until 2024. Pay rise for him, like Kyle Walker too, fully deserved, and he's going into this season potentially being Manchester City's first choice left back. And in my opinion, for all the effort that he's done over the last season or so, he's done incredibly well, Oleksandr has, and he fully deserves this new deal. Do you remember him getting linked with Wolves and he said no, and he says instead I want to work hard and get into the Manchester City team? And this is the fine reward, and this is where hard work gets you. Absolutely brilliant. Well done to Oleksandr. I'm delighted for him. I was expecting it to be announced when he was back from his holiday. I don't know if he's back from his holiday and he's going back on holiday or what's not, but there we go. It's been announced. Ecstatic. That's the breaking news coming in from Manchester City today. And last but not least in the news, we're going to be talking Leroy Sane. Leroy Sane's contract situation still making no progress. I'm not sure if City's had any meetings or not with Leroy Sane's representatives or not, but Bayern Munich are continuing to sniff around, and it's all very unsettling, I'm sure, for Leroy Sane and for Manchester City, and so I'm hoping there'll be some resolution soon. The indication I'm getting is City are looking for all of their ins and they're trying to do it quite quickly. That might give them all summer to go and talk with Leroy Sane and Ilkay Gundogan to try and work something out and get them two on new deals. Of course, to me, Leroy Sane and Ilkay Gundogan, they're next on this deal list. Of course, City continue to add players and management, of course, onto these new deals. Sane and Ilkay Gundogan would be brilliant. The only thing better than them, to me, would be Pep Guardiola on a contract extension. Whether that will happen or not, I don't know. I've heard little murmurs of things in the pipeline, but at that moment, that's just murmurs. Not even rumours, just murmurs. So there we go. That has been the video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because I always look forward to hearing all of your opinions with regards to these Manchester City transfers, so do let me know what you think. You can go check out my social media links in description below, popping up on screen too. If you want to go and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. My Twitter, I'll keep you up to date with all things happening with Manchester City, of course, all sources of information and transfers and everything like that, and my opinions too. I'll make sure I'll tweet that out. You can go check out my Instagram too if you're interested in JSGC and what I get up to in my spare time and that, then always worthwhile. Go and follow me on there. Also, don't forget, you can make sure you do subscribe if you're enjoying the content and you want to see more Manchester City daily transfer updates. Make sure you press that red button, make sure you subscribe, make sure you press the bell too if you wish, and you can put your push notifications on to be notified, of course, when I have uploaded. So there we go. That has been the video. I'm hoping we're going to get some serious in news over the next week or so. I've got a good feeling that we will, and I've got a feeling it's going to come in the form of Angelino and Rodri. Cancelo might not be far behind. So I'll bring you more news, hopefully positive news tomorrow. So I'll see you then. So it's been JSGC. I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.